Hello everyone and welcome. We're here in Yeshivat Chut Shel Chesed under the guidance of Rabbi Shalom Arush, and today we're holding in the second story of Rabbi Nachman's stories titled The King and the Emperor. We're already a little bit into the story, part 2, but you could jump in, there's always something to learn. We spoke about in the story how there was an emperor that did not have any children, and there was a king, which is a lesser king. An emperor is on a higher status. And he also didn't have children. The emperor had a girl, and the king had a son. And they made up, even before their children came into the world, that if they would have children, and it would be possible for them to get married, they want their children to get married. And they both forgot about their promise to one another. And what happened was that the boy and the girl, they ended up going to the same university, the same school. They studied in the same place, and they fell in love with each other, and they wanted to marry each other. And now they went back home, the boy and the girl was depressed because she kept on getting dates, but these were not the dates that she was looking for, because her soulmate, her true soulmate, was this boy. It was something that her father decided, and it's something that the couple decided also. So the king's son missed her very much, and he also became sick. We see how important it is to have our physical and our mental state. Everything is standing on each other. It's very important to make sure that we're on a healthy state, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Make sure we don't just suppress our feelings and validate ourselves and be able to take care of ourselves. So he became to this position that he became sick. He could not move. He was very, very sick. And they asked, "What's going on? What's wrong?" He couldn't tell them. He just was not functioning. One of the servants said that, "I know the reason." Because he was with the prince. He was watching over the prince in university while he was studying. And he told the entire story, the entire episode, to the king. The king also, he remembered that something like this happened to me also. I said that he's going to marry somebody, and I forgot my promise. So he wrote a message to the emperor, said, "Prepare for the wedding. We had a pact long ago. We want to go and make the wedding." The emperor no longer wanted the match. But he did not dare refuse. He replied that the king should send his son to him. It was very politically correct. Of course, the emperor, he would want his daughter to marry a different emperor's son, not to marry a king. A king is on a lower status. Sometimes parents, heaven forbid, get in the way of our children's prospective soulmates. And it's very important to get proper guidance. What's good for our children, what's not. When should we involve ourselves, when we should not involve ourselves. But like we'll see in the story, that this boy and girl will, yes, get married at the end. There will be hardships along the way, but they will persevere. And we'll try to learn the things that we can help us to persevere through this story. So the emperor said, "Of course, bring your son, and we'll check him out. We'll see if he knows how to run a business, run a government, run an emperor, run a kingdom." So the king sent his son to the emperor, and the emperor placed him in a room. He gave him documents dealing with the affairs of the state. The king's son had a very great yearning to see the emperor's daughter. He wanted to connect with her. He wanted to see her. But he was not giving even a single opportunity to see her. Once he was walking near a wall of mirrors. He saw her reflection, and he fainted. She went over to him and revived him, telling him that she would not accept any match because of her promise to him. She said, "I'm also being strong to my promise. It's not only you that are only looking for me. I'm also wanting to just marry you and only you." He said, "What should we do? Your father does not want our marriage to continue, to happen." She told him, "We will go ahead anyway. They decided that they will go out to sea together. They hired a ship and sailed the sea. They ran away. After they traveled at sea for some time, they wanted to rest on shore. They came to a shore where there was a forest, and they disembarked. A forest represents a place of danger, a place of concealment. They're going to have to go through certain things in their life. Everybody has different paths and different roller coasters in their lives, things that they have to go through, and it's all part of the master plan that we're supposed to be going through. So they came off, they disembarked, and the emperor's daughter took off her ring and gave it to the king's son. She went to lay down. When the king's son saw that she was about to wake up, he placed the ring next to her. They got up and they headed towards the ship. When she remembered that they had forgotten the ring, she sent him to go get the ring, but when he went back, he could not find the place. He went to another place and could not find the ring. He walked around trying to find it until he realized that he was lost. He could not get back to the ship. She went to try to find him, and she also got lost in the forest. Why'd they get lost? Why'd they get messed up now? They took off the ring. If you listen to the first part, we explained that the ring represents faith. It says in the Pesukim that faith surrounds you. Faith is a circle. There's no beginning, there's no end. Sometimes you can't really grasp what's going on in your life. You don't understand what's happening on a personal level, on a global level, on a national level, what's going on. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. We can't grasp it. It's a circle. There's no beginning, there's no end. Everything is equal. And that's faith. When we have Emuna, when we trust in Hashem, and we believe that I have a loving Father that just wants only good for me, it's only going to be good for me, then you're able to continue in your life. And Rabbi Nachman teaches us that when do we restore our faith? Is when we go to sleep. When we go to sleep, a person can't just stay up 24 hours a day. Just continue going and going and going. The body needs to take what it needs. It needs to refresh itself. When you sleep, your faith also gets refreshed. And that's why before we go to sleep, we say Shema. We say and we declare that Hashem is one. No matter what happened to me throughout the day, I attribute everything to you. And I say sorry for running away from you sometimes during the day and saying, oh, maybe there is no Hashem in this certain aspect of my life, whether I didn't say it or whether I said it or I didn't say it, whether I felt it or it was just subconsciously. We say that Hashem is one. When a person goes to sleep with faith, you wake up with faith. And that's the first thing we say when we wake up. We say, Modani, we thank Hashem. There's no greater way of showing that you're a believer. And by saying thank you say thank you means that you recognize that someone's doing something for you, that there's a creator that gave you back your soul. And we say, Rabba emunatecha. Great is the fact that I can believe in you. And that's something that we refresh, we recharge our emunah. And that's what happened. She took off her ring before she went to sleep, which is she took it off. She went to sleep just, I don't want to be in this world. I just want to disconnect. Just leave me alone. I don't want to have my problems. I'm just going to go and sleep. Sleep away my life, heaven forbid. But these are the stories of Rabbi Nachman of Breslev, that they wake us up from our sleep. No matter if we fell asleep and we went to sleep, when we threw our faith to the side, just by listening to the story, it gives us back our soul. It gives us back our faith. So she went to sleep and she put away the emunah. And that's why when she woke up, they couldn't find the ring and they couldn't remember where the ring was. And sometimes you wake up in a disarray, but that's because when we go to sleep, we have to be careful to go to sleep in holiness and to ask Hashem, help us to wake up in holiness and to remember that when I wake up, that the main thing is to be connected to you and to have emunah and to wake up and to be able to thank you. And that's what we want to merit. And once we do that, no forest can close in on us. We won't get lost. Even if we're in a place that looks no good, we're still able to find the good in it, and to be able to find Hashem no matter where we are. And we're going to see they're going to be able to get out of this forest because they held on to the Emuna, they held on to spirituality. May Hashem help us to take the advice of these stories and to listen to the stories on the basic level. The words themselves will help to do wonders. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and have a great week.